Edith Labelle backstage at the last night of trilogy number 4. I'm here with UFC fighter Veronica Macedo, the beautiful Veronica Macedo. Thanks for being with me. This is your second trilogy with us. How do you feel so far?
the, the fights have been amazing. There's been submissions, there's been TKOs, there's just the energy here it's unreal. You see like the staff, how much they care. I see after a fight they'll come and they'll analyze and they'll talk about the decision that was made, why it was made, why each round went to what, like refereeing. Everything is so, I mean, it's beautiful to watch for MMA, especially as a fighter, to see them care so much and to see the fights go on and how explosive and just beautiful. They've been beautiful.
And having it behind closed door, like how do you feel? Like you kind of really, you get to really hear like what the corners are saying. It's a different vibe, isn't it?
Yes, no, completely different. You hear the corner, and I've actually fought without a crowd, and it's. I remember being there and just being like kind of confused. I'm like, oh, I can hear you, and I can hear you, and I can hear me bouncing. Whoa. Usually it's just everyone screaming and there's just adrenaline and you're just going, but like it was kind of surreal, and I'm not sure if these fighters are experiencing the same thing, but certainly as a spectator as well, I can see, I can hear the corners, and it's almost like you can see the tension more.
And you can hear like those crisp shots as well, and we're both like, whoa, it makes it even more impressive almost.
Yeah,
right?
I think, well, it was Nathan Fletcher, I believe, yesterday. He had a body triangle, but he was standing. And I remember his opponent was like holding his hand, and they were arm fighting, and it was fine. And then I see him wrap around and go, bah! But the sound, I was like, and he sunk in a choke, and it was absolutely beautiful. But it was the fact that I heard the elbow that it was almost like, whoa.
So was it your favorite fight so far?
I believe so. I believe so. There's just been, usually in a card you get like one or two that are good and that really stand out, but there's just been so many that
you can tell these fighters are so hungry, right? They know what kind of platform Cage Warriors bring, and they know they want to get to the UFC, so they give it their all. And I just feel like, I'm always blown away. Every trilogy, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think this one can top the last one, and somehow it happens.
I thought that on the last one too, and in this event I was like, there's not a fight that I've missed. I've been like sitting down watching and learning too. There's so much to learn.
I know you're also a big fan of the Christian Leroy Duncan and Will Curry fight, right?
Yes.
How amazing was that one?
Yeah.
And you got to see both, right? Because you were here the last time, and then it was a rematch.
Yes. Last time it was like, oh, but maybe, and like, I think the stoppage was kind of like, might be a little early.
Yeah.
That they did have a conversation about that after. But like, I was just right where the entrance of the fighters are, so I was watching Drago Will like step in and just the intensity that they had both had when they were there, and Duncan was, it was a lot like Leon Edwards, to where no matter how the fight was progressing, he was able to keep a composure very calm composure. You didn't see
Good
him
comparison,
like stressing out or like forcing it. And Will is a big dude.
Yes.
Big dude.
We were saying, right? He's like a big block of muscle.
But like just composed the whole time, and that it showed such a maturity. I feel like when fighters are able to do that, just because, like, I personally am not able to do that, so I'm very impressed when I see that.
He's such a young fighter, but he's had an amazing amateur career. He's been developing, so it's really shown.
The IMAF, right?
He's exactly, and he's on with Mark Lear, and he's got a good team behind him. Yeah. Let's talk about you now for a little bit. I know you've had an injury, in concussion, right? And it's been ongoing. When did it happen exactly? Do you know?
The first one happened around October of 2000. What is it? 19 now? Because we're in 21. Yeah, 2019.
Time flies.
Yeah. But like, it was that I had one, and then I went to training the next day, and I had another, and I ended up having, I think, like three over a short period of time because I didn't take a rest and I didn't take a break and, like follow the correct protocol. So this has been prolonged. I'm still not entirely sure what it is that's been going on and why it's been going on for so long.
It's got to be so frustrating, right?
Yes.
That to get the answer, really.
If I knew exactly if the doctors were like, it's this, this, and this, then I would feel more calm. But it's like, it's a bit scary to like have headaches and migraines, and I'll have like these sort of epileptic shocks, and I don't know what's going on.
Wow. So have you been able to train still? Is it just sparring that you cannot do at the moment? No training at all.
I've been able to do a little bit of weightlifting, but no intracranial pressure, so I can't go. It's had to be very light with bands and a lot of stretching. But I honestly see it a little bit as a blessing because I feel like I had so much and I still do, and I will forever, catching up to do in martial arts and watching MMA and seeing patterns and seeing how to improve, that sometimes it's not just running faster or more weights, it's like knowledge as well, which, I've had the privilege to be able to come to this event during a pandemic, be with Dan Hardy, which for me is the greatest analyst. I'm not being biased. I thought this way before.
I've said it before. I agree with that too. Yeah. Of course. And now you get to, you're also doing podcasts with him. You're working with Full Reptile, and how are you liking that?
It makes me pretty nervous, to be honest.
You don't look it. You said that before. You don't look it.
I'm just like, oh my God, please know what to say next. Or I'm just scared I'll black out mid question.
We all feel that way. Trust me, we all feel that way.
Yeah. I remember I was with Neil Magny and I was talking to him, but Neil's somebody that we're great friends. Him and his wife have stayed over at my house and, at my Airbnb at the time. And then I just go dude, I blacked out. I don't know what my next question was. So it's good it gave me a new appreciation for the whole staff and everybody working around. So
I think we tend to be hard on ourselves and try to overthink things a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So that's probably what happens.
Yeah. But it's been great. I've really enjoyed it.
So you have no idea, obviously, now, when your next, are you in talks still with the UFC?
Yes.
Are they fully, understanding of the situation and waiting for you to get better?
I've had, because Mick Maynard is my matchmaker, so I've had him contact me several times during this, because I told him I was on medication that I was given to me by a neurologist, and I told him, hey, I'm just finishing this medication and then I should be good. So then I'll fight. And then it was no, now it's injections. And then I'm just these injections and then I'll fight. But they've been great because they've been very understanding on what's going on and been just take your time, which I'm very appreciative for.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I think the fight is starting, so should we go and watch the fight?
Let's go watch it.
It's been very nice having you with us at the Trilogy.
Thank you very much for having me.